This is the next big pot.
Chad Emini scores a contest 112-115. Judge Paul Thomas 112-115. Judge Donald Trella 113-115. The winner. And the new WBO Super Featherweight Champion of the world, from Cambridge in Scotland, Ricky Bones.
The dream comes true for Ricky Bones. A huge shot in the arm for British boxing.
I laid out the blueprint. Yes, they gave him the decision. They gave him the fight. He beat me, but the blueprint is right there. Just look at it. I took it out of the vault and I handed it over to Canelo Alvarez.
To be honest, Harrison's the biggest one inside boxing. And my reaction to David Price and Frank Bowley calling me out that midget, I'll fight David Price any day of the week. You see, you come from Liverpool, it's personal between me and you. I'm going to do you some serious time, you big stiff idiot. Okay, alright. Thanks lots.
No, brilliant, like I say, for the centre itself, Gloves Community Centre. Amir Khan gets the big fight with Pacquiao and the world champions, the lads that are coming through. It'll be a fantastic. I'd equate this to the Kronk in America way back in the time.
You know what? Fuck Joe Gallagher.
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 I got him in the cage right now. Not the cage.
The plan is to have Algieri knock Pacquiao out.
Yes, but I still got him in the cage. He listens to me very well. I'm gonna let him loose.
Round 10?
Round 10 or 11. I'm gonna let him go.
That's gonna make it difficult for the fans to materialize.
I only have one other thing to do, and that's to fight Thomas Hearns. And I'm planning on breaking every bone in his body.
But what works is they're going to go and chase Leo Santa Cruz. I told them, and I told them on Wednesday, you're not going to get Santa Cruz. Like I told them, you're not going to get Martinez.
Now, coming to you live, the next big
Fuck Joe Gallagher.
You shake my nose and you rather my praise. Too much nose doesn't matter, say. What real, good, it's courageous,
Class. Well done, Alex, for that.
Right, well, welcome back to the next big pod. No, I don't look like a nonce, fuck you. Shep's not here yet because he's probably eating some sort of fucking dodgy curry that his woman made him. So on the call is Sam, Andy, Alex, Cal, me, Bum, Jess, you're a prick. So I think we're just basically going to dive right in and just going to fucking absolutely gloat over Joe Gallagher being an animal shagger. But before we get asked to, before we fucking just jump into that, right, because we're going to go deep into that. I'm just going to ask a couple of questions. I just want some decent fucking answers. Cal.
Yep.
What's your opinion of Paul Smith?
Fat cunt.
Andy, what's your opinion of Kell Brook?
He's in the closet. That far in the closet, he's in Narnia.
Alex, what about Eddie Hearn?
Eddie Hearn's a massive cunt.
Sam, what about Jess?
Massive cunt. Cal should have dropped him.
Logs. Right. 3 years were at this fucking fight. What was the atmosphere like? It sounds as if it was absolutely bouncing.
It was unbelievable. It was absolutely banging. The best boxing experience, atmosphere I've ever been at was, you were probably there the night, Ricky. Ricky beat Martinez. I didn't think I'd be in a place with a better atmosphere in my life, but I'll tell you what, Saturday ran it close, if not bettered it. It was absolutely amazing. And the time it got to the fight, it just built it. It was fever pitch. That arena was absolutely rocking.
How you get down there on a Friday morning, didn't you?
Yes.
Had you already snorted all your powder by Friday afternoon?
No, I was still playing in a boot, mate.
Oh, 2 week tick. Carl, I could tell you were absolutely fucking miraculous on the Friday.
I was fucking, I had my first can at, I think, 9 in the morning Friday. I think I was pissed by Mulligans at about 5:30. I think we got kicked out of Mulligans at about 5 or 6. And then it was on from there, everything's a bit fucking cloudy for the whole weekend, to be honest. I can remember I went to my seat, watched, I don't know what undercard fight it was, I weren't really watching. Went down for a piss before the Frampton fight, but, swam through loads of piss on the floor. Come back up, lost my seat, went up a complete different fucking, gangway, and just sat with loads of Irish people. They were like a full row that were free. I don't know if they just hadn't sold them or they'd moved somewhere else or whatever, but sat with these Irish guys and they were fucking going mental. They had tops off and a lot when the result come out at the end, so it was just this unbelievable atmosphere.
It was only me and I think it was me and Alex that didn't go to that fight, but I know Enzy's not on the call. I sat and watched it with a fucking squad of casuals, and see, unless you actually sit with casuals, you don't understand, really. I know we fucking say it on Twitter, but you don't understand how fucking retarded these people are until you're having to sit in their company. There was a couple of birds there I know. It just so happens that one of them, there was a good story about her. No, I'll tell you this. I don't know if I tell you this, that she was walking home. She was obviously out with a guy, and she was walking home, and she bumped into 2 boys that were in this party with me, and the boys are like, "What the fuck's that in your hair?" I was like, "Have you got chewing gum or something like that stuck in your hair?" No, I don't know, what is it? She'd been sucking some cunt off, man, and the guy came in her head and she didn't even realise it, and she walked home with cum over her hair.
Hashtag boxing. Fuck's sake.
You know the first thing he says to me, "I can't believe you didn't swallow your manky cow," and she just started laughing. Just took it like a fucking champion, the cow. She's actually alright, by the way. But so I was sitting with them, and they're obviously saying that the fight's shite, and it was pretty shite, but I was trying to get into some sort of conversation with people that didn't know what I was talking about, and I was trying to explain how like Quigg can't fight off on his back foot, and how Cal was just kind of taking like a step forward, and Quigg was going like backwards to kind of stay out of range, and I was like, "Do you see that? Do you see what they're doing?" They're like, "No." So I was like, "Fuck, man." Then basically Alex just fucking messaged me after the fight and just says, "Right, what do you applaud?" I was like, "I had to get to fuck, man. I fucking hate casuals. I really seriously see if you just kind of woke up tomorrow and like there was another fucking Hitler and he just basically eliminated every boxing casual, it would be fucking dynamite." But that is what it is.
The problem is though, a lot of our dads and that would be dead. Right, straight off the bat, because
my dad is dead anyway. I don't give a fuck about your dad.
Yeah, but there wouldn't be many people left, would there? There'd be about like 5,000 people left in the world.
I'd probably get a hole then.
You still wouldn't get your hole.
Fuck you, why don't you stick your bird in?
The best thing about the whole weekend was we got there Friday, and on the train up I was thinking it's going to be like 60-40 Frampton, and then on the Friday you start seeing more and more Irish people. You wake up Saturday, go for a pint, and there's even more Irish people in the pub already at 10 in the morning or whatever, 11 in the morning. And then by about 4 o'clock, everyone's fucking Irish, and you just like, it's going to be like 80-20. Quigg will just have a few ringsides, a couple of thousand, and the rest is just going to be Irish, because he just didn't have the, I thought it'd be a bit closer, but Frampton's support is unreal. You've got to give him credit for that.
I was sat with the Quigg sales, and it was like a bunch of fucking village idiots.
It was all his fucking brothers, sisters, and cousins, or like what's that film? Fucking Deliverance.
Yeah, pretty much like that. Yeah. And when they was reading the scores, like when they did the first one, he was like, "We've got it, lads, we've got it." And I was like, "I don't want fucking Quigg to win." He's like, "All right, what are you sitting here for then?" And I was like, Because it's the only place I get a fucking ticket, mate.
Oh, mate, I went mental. See when I says 115, 113, I was like, yes! And they're like, Quigg, and I looked at my nephew, and I think he looked at me and said, he's got like fucking 50, 55 inch hanging on his wall, and I think he just looked at me, he's going to rip that off the wall. I was fucking raging. I thought he was going to get fucking shafted, man, and like one of the lasses was sitting next to me. I was like, oh, you're going to get fucking knocked the fuck out if this goes all pear-shaped here. But they scored cards were balls.
Yeah, Buffer fucked it up anyway. The announcement, he didn't say it was a split decision. He just started reading the score. So when he read the 115, 113 Quigg, I thought, what the fuck is going on here? I thought they can't rob him.
I thought they would have.
Yeah, so did I. I thought it was going to rob him or some bullshit draw. I thought the other one had scored for Frampton.
But that just shows you, can you mind a couple of months ago, even that Hearn was saying about this 60-40 to the winner? That just shows you why you cannot do that, because all it takes is one silly judge who's not been watching the fight, and there you go, you've got a situation like that, do you know what I mean?
Well, it takes two retards to score it in the opposite favour.
I mean, that guy, what was his name again? Was it Sanchez or something?
Levi Martinez.
Where was he watching? Was it 115, 113? No way. I don't know how anybody could score that.
He did Canelo Lara. He had Canelo 117, 1111 over Lara.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I'll just use the boxing rant. Was it Vince that made the point?
You'd have to give Quigg the 12th round, wouldn't you, if it was...
No, it's basically nobody in their right mind would be able to give fucking Quigg that last round, right? So if you gave Carl Frampton that last round, that basically means that he was 3 rounds down getting into the last round. We're fucking bonkers.
I think you could, like, looking back, I've just watched the fight back, and you could give Quigg 2 definites, and then there's 3 toss-ups where none of them really do anything, so you could give them either way, and then Frampton's won 7, so the best Quigg can do is 7-5, and the worst he can do is 10-2, I think, and then that's a fair score anywhere in between them, really. So
yeah, I thought that
score a joke.
It was very easy to score. I think most people had Quigg winning the exact same rounds. A couple of leeway ones, and then it was what you fancied with those early rounds. And the only swing ones that I thought was the first round, because there was literally nothing that happened. And
you say that though, but Cole was still landed. He landed a few jabs,
exactly.
And that's more than Quigg did. And his jab was piercing that guard all the time. It was just
That's why I couldn't score any of them for Quigg, because despite neither of them really landing anything significant, Frampton was the one doing the action. He had the higher volume and higher work rate. There was nothing about Quigg's game that you could have given him points for, say, defence or for ring generalship or anything like that. He wasn't doing anything.
It's no easy, even if he was the one. Sometimes in a tight fight, you go to the guy forcing the pace. He'd done nothing really. On you go.
I was just going to say, he wasn't fighting to his own pace. He wasn't dictating it. He wasn't using superior footwork to try and control Carl. He was just literally standing there doing nothing. You can't score around for a man like that. Even if Frampton lands maybe 2 more punches than he does the entire round, Frampton's the one that's actually doing things.
I made my feelings clear with regards to the first round. I basically said that there was fuck all done. And everybody knows that I normally go for the boxer, but if neither fighter is doing anything, but the one that's kind of trying to engage, I'm going to score it to him, which was Carl, because Quigg kept moving backwards, and some twisted people can turn around and say, oh, but that's like the defensive skill. It wasn't any defensive skill, it was just fucking kept going backwards. You know how like Lara kind of uses every fucking centimetre of the ring if he goes from corner to corner. That's what Quigg done that first round. And see if you want to hear like total bitterness, listen to Steve Kim's podcast on Tuesday. Oh fuck mate, man! They planted a flag for fucking years over Scott Quigg, and it was nothing other than basically because they get access to Joe Gallagher. I mean, they actually said that said that in the podcast this week. We interviewed Joe Gallagher loads of times, and he's a nice guy. They criticised his corner work and everything, but they're basically saying that the fight should have been a draw. It was like as if like one person was doing very little, and the other person was doing nothing.
Who said that it should have been a draw?
Steve Montoya and Steve Kim, but at the same time they turn around and say that Carl Frampton will I'll not want to fight Scott Quigg in a rematch if he's going up to featherweight because he doesn't want that rematch because he knows that Quigg's going to get better. And what if Quigg goes up to like kind of featherweight, he'll be at his better weight and he knows that he'll struggle. And I'm like, you've just fucking watched here a fight that Frampton's not struggled in at all. He actually went toe-to-toe with this big fucking bruiser, a fighter apparently, and stood his ground.
And broke his jaw.
And you're still trying to make excuses for the guy. I was like, look, we get it. You like Quigg, you like Joe Gallagher because you get to interview him when he goes over to the wildcard gym. You've maybe...
It seemed to be a trend with a lot of Americans, though, I saw, that it wasn't just... Obviously, I know that Steve Kim's had quite a bit of a hard-on for Quigg for a few years now, and Montoya is his mate, they're going to share a lot of opinions, but it seemed to be across the board that the Yanks were picking Quigg, and even in their scoring, I think it reflected that Quigg, they had the fight a lot closer than certainly a lot of guys in the UK. But us lot, we either had it sort of 8-4, 9-3 for Frampton. Them lot were sort of towards the 7-5 angle.
Aye, Alex, but they're just backing up. They're backing up their pre-fight prediction, and because they've got it wrong, they're just basically trying to save face and argue that it's a draw. I mean,
I thought maybe that, but surely there isn't bias across the entire board. I mean, most of them didn't really have a horse in it, really. They just just thought it was a good fight and they couldn't wait, but most of them ended up picking Quigg for some reason. It's not as if they hate, but they've got these biases that we do. They're not subject to Gallagher being a knobhead and Hearn being a cunt and, McGuigan being a little fucking bellend.
Hey, calm the fuck down with the bellend.
Matt McFarlane, top of the morning to you.
Evening, lads.
How's it going, Matt?
You all recovered?
Yeah, just about.
I think I've got a chest infection, but...
That's a clap.
My nose keeps bleeding.
Lightweights.
What a trip, though. One of the best.
It was class, wasn't it?
And Brian missed the full weekend.
He's already regretting it. He just can't admit that publicly. So.
Everybody in the Twitter world looks at me and says that man has got fucking dignity written all over him. I would let my mother lick his gooch. The decision was made, so you live by it. I can go to the rematch at Windsor Park.
Yeah, that's not going to be happening.
Yeah, on that, is there going to be a rematch?
No chance. It's gone. Done.
So you don't think Carl would ever take a rematch?
There's no need. It's done.
I don't think there's a need, but he still might. There might be money in it.
I can't see it. I can't see them ever having a rematch. There's no reason for it. I don't think the public will want it. It wasn't a great fight. Like, it'll never catch on to casuals, so I can't see Sky Box Office backing it. I can't see the hardcore boxing fans crying out for it.
You know what I said? I basically said that as much as Barry McGuigan put a brave face on at the weekend saying that Eddie Hearn done a great job, he's amazing at what he does and would really like to work with him again, we all know they two camps absolutely fucking despise each other. It was hard enough to make this fight in the first place. And Eddie Hearn's not going to yield that amount of power to make this fight because you know for a fact that in the rematch, Barry McGuigan will hate everything he wants and Hearn can never fucking do that.
But it always comes back down to it. Like, with a pay-per-view show, you're hoping you can get the casuals in to get the numbers up. But like, the hardcore boxing fans wouldn't even want to buy a rematch to that. It was too one-sided. Like, Quigg just isn't. He just wasn't good enough on the night. And he wouldn't be on the second or third night. He's not going to improve. He's not going to become a different boxer. Joe Gallagher's not going to be able to get him in the gym and train him differently. It's over. Like, I hope Scott comes back well. I think at the end of it, everybody will say fair play to Scott. Joe Gallagher can go fuck himself, and Eddie Hearn made his money, so he doesn't care. He's probably going to try and sniff out a rematch in time, but Quigg is going to have to do something major to come back, and I don't know. There's no reason for it. I'd have no
on that
interest
point,
in
then, do you think what would Quigg have to do then for you to say, well, actually, he's really improved? Maybe a rematch would be good.
I just don't think he'd ever beat Carl Frampton. Like, I know everyone. Like, if anyone would know me, would say that's a bias, but I've been saying for years, like ever since this was ever mentioned, he would never be able to beat him. And I don't think there's nothing. I'm getting fed up with this. Quigg started too slow. He started slow because he couldn't do anything. The second Carl started moving around the ring, he couldn't plant his feet. He hadn't got a clue what to do. He's never been trained to fight any differently, and that was it. Joe Gallagher said the game plan was going perfectly. Then he's even more dumber than he thought. Then they're saying that the broken jaw confused him. Carl Frampton broke his jaw. He didn't slip on a fucking bar of soap and break his jaw. Carl Frampton broke his jaw. The so-called bigger hitter of the two. Fucking, where was this? I kept hearing head or body, he'd be gone. When I see them in the presser, head or body, he's be gone. 4 shot Carl, we're gonna go to body. They couldn't get near with the body. They caught Carl with a few flush shots. Did anyone see the picture of Carl coming home? The picture of Scott Quigg.
There's not a mark on Carl's face.
One's in the hospital.
Only his eye.
One's in the hospital bed and one's gone home counting his money, laughing his balls off. It's over. There's no reason for it. But I hope Scott comes back. Like, there's loads of good fights from there. He's another one who'll probably go up to featherweight and just go for it. More money might fights there. But I still think eventually Hearn will talk him into fighting Jamie McDonald. I think Jamie McDonald moving up to super bantamweight after one more fight. Fight Scott Quigg in a fight. I think that's a good domestic fight Hearn could sell.
See the problem with Quigg though. The problem with Quigg is if he fights Jamie McDonald's getting fucking good money as it is, like going over to fight America. That can't possibly be an undercard fight unless it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah, but that's paying, and it doesn't look like the money. I think the money is drying out now, so maybe McDonald will have to come back, and that's the only fight where it could actually make some sort of money that McDonald will get interested in.
Again, that's still going to have to be an undercard fight.
It could do like a Crawler Barroso kind of fight as the Joseph Cole main event. That could easily do MEN, I reckon.
Because let's see we
Crawler sells like fucker. Quigg's going to go back to being his like B guy, innit?
Like say an Anthony Joshua chief support or something like that. Something like that it could work probably. But it's all ifs. Quigg's not going to be back for a long time. Like for a job like that, like you're talking 6 months guaranteed out of the ring to get that back together, and then before he starts the training camp, he might not fight again this year. So I can't see him. I don't know what he's going to do, to be honest with you, but hope he enjoys his money and takes a bit of time off and gives up on that. I know he loves the idea. He's dedicated to swimming and running up mountains while Joe's going over to his missus, who he doesn't see only for 24 hours on a Saturday. He's going to have to do more, and he's going to have to just change his ways a little bit and start enjoying his life a bit. He's multi-millionaire now. Kind of chill out a bit and enjoy it.
Does anyone think...
Go on, Sam.
Does anyone think all the Lego that Scott eats in the build-up to a fight damaged his children before he got in the ring?
He had no bricks in that mouth to get broke. I mean, that says I wouldn't slag Scott again after the fact that he went so many rounds with a broken jaw. I mean, I always knew what I didn't always know. I'll admit that I used to think that Scott Quigg would beat Frampton, and it was up until the Salinas fight that I thought that. Then after I seen how badly fucking dealt with a boxer, I kind of just switched my opinion, and it's not that Cal's just a boxer, he's a boxer puncher, and I kept saying that they keep going on about Quigg's power, and I was like, see if you look at the fights that they've had and the amount of knockouts they've had, I was like, Cal's maybe got the same amount of the percentage-wise of knockouts, or maybe it's even higher because he said less fights. I was like, this is all based off of just one fight. The Kiko Martinez one. I was like, don't get me wrong, he said like a couple of body shot wins, but they're against cabbages and all. So
yeah, you look against that. They had the records of all their opponents up. That was quite interesting before the fight, and it was like Frampton had fought loads of guys with a winning record, and Quigg's were like 200, 308 or something like. So he was just fed cabbages early in his career. Where Frampton got stepped up quite early into like level title fight straight away. We weren't fighting just Hungarian journeymen for 20 fights.
I read the program for the first time today, and I have to dedicate this little segment to Joe Gallagher, Ring Magazine trainer.
Oh, we're going to go into that factor, don't you?
No, it's a lovely piece he put in the program. It's a 50-50 fight in my eyes for many reasons, but I think it's more 65-40 to Scott. We've got many styles to deal with Carl. He hasn't got that many. he hasn't got the same for Scott. People haven't seen the best of Scott yet by a long stretch, and it goes on and on and on. I love this, you know what I mean? He's such a fucking idiot.
But he's basically fuck Joe Gallagher. He's basically come out now. Like, have you seen the interview he's had on Sky? Like everyone was going to plan. He was
Trying to save face now. He is.
Aye, but everyone was going right until they broke his jaw. How was that when he actually won rounds after he broke his jaw?
It was going to plan, but he got his jaw broke. So how can that plan work out? He got his jaw broke. Why didn't he avoid the right uppercut if he's such a genius? He wasn't ready for that. Look, that's Joe. Joe is. That's what he's got. He has to save face now. It's over now. He lost the fight. And fuck him.
Mark, can I just ask a question about what you think about Frampton's next fight or next couple of fights? Where you'd like him to go and where you think he will actually go?
Jesus, I've been getting asked that a lot for the last. I didn't even want to reply to a few people. I'd love him to fight Regan though, because I think he needs to do that fight to prove to everybody. But I was talking to Brian about this earlier, and people won't like this, but I just can't see that fight happening because it's I know people won't like hearing this. He's gonna get offered a fortune to fight Leo Santa Cruz. And as much as the hardcore boxing fans would love the idea of Carl fighting Rigondeaux, and Carl would say it himself, he'd love to fight Rigondeaux. Like I know people would say you shouldn't care about this. Carl's offered, say, like 700 grand to fight Rigondeaux, which is, they're not going to have Sky box office. They're not going to have a casual fan base to buy into it. They're not going to sell it. Like, it's not going to make a lot of money. Where Carl's going to be offered a fortune to fight Leo Santa Cruz in America. And at the end of the day, when Carl retires, like, it's all said and it's all nice. Hardcore boxing fans coming up to you saying, well done, like, that was fair play to you fighting Rigondeaux. But that's not going to pay the bills. He's going to get offered a fortune to fight Santa Cruz. And I don't see where anyone could argue with Leo Santa Cruz. I think that's a good fight, and I think he's going to fight Leo Santa Cruz next.
Right.
Like, I think, like, say if he fought Wake as mandatory IBF and dropped the WBA, there's no defence in that. It's all out. He's going to get really hammered for that. But I think his next fight, unless something badly goes wrong, will be Leo Santa Cruz in America. And I don't see how anyone could argue with that. Featherweight, and then the Rigo fight is always there. But I don't think you've never heard Carl say he's number one. He's always said Rigo is number one.
Well, no, I mean, Carl, as to his credit, has always said that Rigo is number one. But again, it's just talk at the end of the day. And obviously, Barry is the one that's going to be end up controlling the fights. And we're hearing what Barry's saying. Barry's got absolute no interest in the fight. He's already looking at skipping it over. And the Leo Santa Cruz fight is a cracking fight, but it's not. You know, people are talking as if like, oh, there's only the Leo Santa Cruz fight. You can only have one of these fights. You know, he should have both. He should have Rigo then Leo Santa Cruz, or Leo Santa Cruz then Rigo. But we're all talking as if he's not going to fight Rigo, and that's the issue, because he probably isn't, regardless.
Look, you're gonna split this all over the place. Like, I'm not gonna say I don't want Carl to fight Rigo. That's who he should fight. I love him to fight the best. It's not like the Billy Joe Saunders Golovkin situation where Golovkin was offered Billy Joe Saunders a fortune and he turned it down, and he's going to fight Langfield and shit fight. But I think that's completely different. I think this one, he's going to go into the bigger money fight against Leo Santa Cruz in America, and like, you're going to have loads of people who'll be on moaning about it. Like, I love Tommy Allen at the moment. I've had a great chat with Tommy. He's the biggest Carl Frampton in the world. He had a fortune on Carl Frampton, and he decided to milk Scott Quigg, saying he was going to win to try and get the odds down and all that. And he's been sending me messages. He's a huge Frampton fan, so I don't mind Tommy Allen.
Fucking casual.
He's the He's the He's the biggest Carl Frampton fan I've ever met, and fair play to Tommy. He's welcome over to on Carl if he comes back to Belfast, you know. But I don't know, Rigo. It's the fight everybody would like to see, but I just don't see it happening. It's not what people want.
It's the fight better for boxing. I mean, that's the way you've got to see it, I think. The Leo fight is a great fight. Again, no one's shitting on it,
but do you agree? But do you agree, Alex, that if you're offered, say for instance, you're a fighter, 2 kids, and you're offered a fight for $1 million and you're offered a fight for $4 million, what would you do?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to choose that, but
that's
we're
it.
not
So
the
that's. I
fighters.
think you need to. It's not it's not right. I'm not saying. I think Rigo should get his fight. So I'm not defending that part. I'm just saying there's two sides to it. Like you're going to get the hardcore fans who are going to be like going, yeah, we should do this, should do that, but that's not how it works. Sadly, that's not boxing. It's the crap part of it, but that's just maybe something else will happen, but I can't say. And, I'd love the Leo Santa Cruz fight because I'd love a trip to America to see him fight. I'd love that fight. I've always liked that fight. And Carl fighting for the WBC in featherweight division. Yeah, I'll have that. And if anyone knocks that fight, then you're just looking for a reason to moan.
Do you think it's a better fight as well, though? Like on
it's
paper,
a great fight.
I'd rather watch that. Like purely take legacy and all that bollocks aside, and just think what fight you'd want to watch. That fight can't be bad. I don't think. It's going to be an unbelievable fight.
I don't see how anyone could argue with Carl Frampton against Leo Santa Cruz. If Carl said he's fighting weight and drop the WBA, then it's open season. Like you can't defend that.
See, other than monetary reasons, beating fucking Leo Santa Cruz does nothing. Well, it does something for his bank balance. It does absolutely fuck all for us. I personally would. You know what I've told you to tell you. If he fights Leo Santa Cruz, I'll go to it because it'll be in StubHub or something like that. I'll go to it, but that only does well for his fucking bank balance. That's an Eddie Hearn fucking move. That is. I want fucking Rigo to get these fights. Every cunt fucking ducking him. It's the exact same as with Golovkin. Everybody's ducking him, and we fucking feel like shit for Golovkin. And people that you've got like Canelo making his own weight to try to avoid people. I just want Rigo getting these fights. Like.
He deserves his fights. It's not fair what's happening, Rigo. No, Brian, now you're gonna do the whole. You don't give a. You're right. Like no one should give a fuck about money. I'm not gonna get a piece of it. I'm just saying. Like Sam said to me, what does I think will happen? And that's what I think will happen. There's two views on it. I do want him to fight Rigo, but I think he's gonna fight Leo Santa Cruz. And that's it. Like we could all rant and rave. We're not gonna change jack shit about this. I would. If you're getting Leo Santa Cruz against Carl Frampton, I can't see how anyone could argue with a fight like that. It's not like you're getting Frampton against fucking Wake or Frampton against it's just some random fighter. It's a great fight.
Do you not worry about him
I do think you need to have a bit of practical side of boxing as well, Brian. I know you want to change the world, but you didn't go to the last fight and the fight still happened. Come on, get on board with it. It's going to happen, so enjoy it.
Listen, if the Santa Cruz fight happens and it's in LA, I'm going to enjoy it because I'll be fucking stalking about topless beaches like a pervert, won't I? But at the same time, we can only go we'll just go with the casuals point of view here. See when Quigg knocked out Kiko, everybody thought he was a fucking monster, right? And thought he was going to absolutely destroy Cal. Right? We'll take that. We'll go that view. Rigo's last fight, he was absolutely fucking shocking, right? Do we know whether it was like ring rust or is it basically he's aged and age has caught up with him? Because some people think he's at least 40-year-old. They think that he's lying about his age, right? So is it not? See this like reward risk? I don't give a shit, right? I just see if Cal beat Rigo, and I'm not saying he does. See if he beat him. That is him fucking pound for pound material. He is the man. He's basically the cash cow for 122 to 126. Cunts will want to come to him. It's not a case of like Cal having to chase Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz will now want to come to him. That Rigo, as much as he's not got this big fan base and loads of people fucking hate him, he is the one. Beat him and you are the fucking king.
It's not even a lose. It wouldn't even be a lose. It wouldn't be a lose situation for Carl to fight Rigo, even if, say, for instance, he lost Riggin though, with his fan base and everything. Carl, but he'd still come back and still be big fights out there. But it's not like Donaire didn't get anything after he lost, and he lost badly against him. But it's just this what I think will happen. It's not right what happens, Rigo, but I just think it's not about what the boxer wants. That's the problem. It's not like Carl's going to be like his team around him and stuff like that, you know. The biggest money fight out there is going to be Leo Santa Cruz.
I'd personally rather. I don't know. I would rather if he was going to test at 126, he would maybe go for like Mares or something like that first, before just jump straight to Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah, but then people would say, why are you talking Leo Santa
No,
Cruz?
but know that it's like I said at the weekend with Alex, he's caught a rock in a hard place here. It's basically like with Canelo. He drops the belt, he makes himself look as if he's fucking ducking a guy. So he needs to take that hard fight. So what
To
does
be
he
fair,
do?
nothing is done. He's had a 4-month training camp. He's he's taking time off now. Like, he's not going to be doing anything for a while. So everybody's jumping the gun, picking all. So when it all dies down, like, the fight was only over against Quigg. Let it all die down and see what happens. It's not like Santa Cruz has done deal.
Well, know in the next 4 weeks or so, because I'm pretty sure like the IBF, they need to know in the next 30 days or something like that what's happening, because that mandatory is meant to be for, is it May? And like the WB, is it April and the WBA is like May, June?
I know the IBF are solid, but they like their fees. So I think the idea of Frampton fighting for their belt, and I can't imagine who the next two are in line for a vacant belt would be. So I think they're going to be, I'd say they'll give a bit of leeway on that. I can't imagine they'll be too hard. It's not like when Fury got stripped, they knew Al Heyman was going to be buying the fight. So it's not like it was going to be going for a cheap horse bid.
Well, the only way he keeps the belt is if he decides
Fights
to. Well, yeah, if the only way he keeps the IBF belt from not fighting Wake is obviously to fight Rigo, and similar way. I don't know if the WBA will let him fight Wake or vice versa. I mean, they don't have to agree to unifications. They can just say, well, no, you're fighting your mandatory, mate.
I don't know. Like, it's going to be rumour mills going crazy.
I'll not lie, but the perfect fight for me is the Rigo fight, right? But see if I can't get that. What I want is Shingo Wake in Belfast, then Leo Santa Cruz in LA. That is what I want, because I'll go to the two of them.
He would get so much abuse for Wake. I don't know if it'd be.
Yeah.
It'd be. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Have you heard, Mark? Have you heard then about Barry McGuigan getting a TV deal with Channel 5?
No, I haven't heard that about it.
So that answer basically sounds as if you have, but you don't want to speak about it.
No, I haven't heard anything about it. But Barry just shocks everyone. How many times has he shocked us?
Oh, how many times have we talked about it? He says, what the fuck's he doing then? 2 days later?
What's going on? Bang on ITV, you know?
Aye. Kiko, ITV, something else, and I was like, I'll never face him.
What are they going to do now? Or will they sign with Heyman? Like, not, you don't be, like, they know what they're doing. Barry's in the game a long time, so just leave them to it. Carl's going to be fine. But I thought ITV were going to start doing a deal as well back in boxing. So there's all sorts of like crap coming out. Like, Hennessy losing his deal wasn't too much of a shock, because they were in shopping centres and they were never really, like, I felt sorry for him. He doesn't seem to get a run. He doesn't seem to get a fan base. It's like Warren. Warren's doing great shows. No one's going.
Like, the thing about him though is, like, Fury will see him all right. He'll never leave him, and we'll make sure that he gets his money back that he put in him.
I have to just say, Sam hasn't apologised properly yet after getting his ban from Mulligan's.
It's not Sam, it's Carl that got you banned. I didn't get you banned.
It was Carl, jeez.
Yeah, it was Carl, one fucking day.
Yeah, sorry about that, pal. But to be fair, when you were smoking, you did have to look at loads of bins, so I probably did us a favour in the long run. It was a bit of a shithole.
It was the best Guinness in Manchester. It was the only one that done Guinness. The only one.
I did have a few of them Guinness. They were nice, but
it wasn't your fault how it built up. But fuck me.
Is Rocco on the phone?
Yeah.
Is he? Is Andy there? Is Andy away?
I think so.
Rocco.
No, I'm here.
Andy, what was it somebody bought you a drink for down Manchester?
Fuck off, I'm not saying this.
What was it the person bought you a drink for?
Some random who I've no idea what says, I don't know if he'd heard us talking or no. Because I can remember Cy Clayton says that he heard somebody heard us talking and he told him that I was Brian King. I don't know if it was that guy or not. It may have been, it may not have been. This may have been a different situation. Can you hear me, aye?
Aye, I'm listening.
So a guy came up there and says, you Brian King's mate? And I'm like, He says, you know Brian, you're on that podcast, didn't you? I'm like, aye. He says, do you want a pipe, mate?
Yeah! That is what you call an A-side. Oh! getting fucking free booze because of my name.
I did the opposite, Brian. People were trying to buy Andy Patterson and Tommy Allen beers, and I was just like, yeah, I do a podcast, get me a beer too, and they did. I was just like, get one in, you don't need to know my name, don't worry about it. Next big pod, just follow it, listen to it next time.
They don't talk about boxing.
No, just chat shit.
Well, Bayern Munich have get beat. Hello? Cookies done. I think we've burnt this a bit. Fuck it. Well, I didn't think we'd get this out of it, but I just want to kind of go into Joe Gallagher and how much a prick he is and how much joy that basically brought me at the weekend. I'm not going to lie, that guy's an absolute fanny. And see when Shane McGuigan done that interview and say that Quigg asked him, you know how there's like obviously a bit friction between people after the fight, then when they come together at the end of it, it's like kind of hugs and embraces and everybody's best of pals and one will go and get a patsy in the bog and all that. It just sounded as if like Joe Gallagher just wanted none of it. He just shook his horn and fucked off. That just shows you that, and I like that even more. The fact that he is a cunt after being a cunt. He's just a proper cunt, isn't he? And he just can't handle it. He was told. I don't think I've tweeted this. I forgot all about it. See, before the fight, I think it was after the weigh-in. Coogan says to Shane, people are saying stuff that you've maybe got a bit personal with regards to like Quigg's intelligence and that, like saying things like he's like boxing brain, and like Shane fucking broke it down perfectly. He's like, we're not questioning his intelligence, mate, and say he's stupid. What we're saying is he has to follow a game plan. He can't change his own fucking style in the ring. He has to go back to the corner, listen to what Joe Gallagher's telling him, and then go back out and like, do what he's been told. He's like, that is what we're talking about, his intelligence in the ring. And that is exactly how the fucking fight played out the next day. And I don't know if it's Joe Gallagher, his ego's just that bad that he just cannot fucking handle the fact that he has been schooled with a guy that is 27-year-old or something like that. He's barely a fucking baby trainer, and then he's just fucked Joe Gallagher. You are an absolute fucking donkey shagger.
He's a part-time singer as well. He's in One Direction.
I so he is. Spice Boy. It's just fucking absolutely great. It's like Barry McGuigan seems to be able to kind of lose the heat a bit, but that's because, like as I say, he's an all-time great, and he's seen loads of shit. And he like the fucking troubles for years ago and all that. Yeah, he is a bit an intimidating guy. See, any time I meet him and all that, I'm have taken a wee bit of back. There's a bit of an aura about him, but
that's because he's taller than you though as well, isn't he? So it's unusual for most people to be smaller than Barry.
Fuck you, cunt. But like any time, Shane never ever get personal with MD. Like any time you get like an interview, like, he kind of spoke well about everybody. He didn't want to get personal with nobody. And Joe Gallagher was just a pure fanny. And he's got a history of this. He just does it all the time. He just gets personal with absolutely fucking everybody. No matter who it is.
Well, that one win and that one fight is already better than anything that Joe Gallagher's done with any of his fighters. That one win that Shane McGuigan's got over Scott Quigg, that's better than anything that Gallagher has done.
When we had Dave Colburn on that pod that never went out, Coldwell said he was a fucking cunt as well, pretty much, didn't he?
Coldwell fucking... that's a wee bit of inside knowledge that nobody knew because Alex fucked it up. Coldwell hates fucking Joe Gallagher.
He didn't say as much, he hinted at it.
Yeah, Gallagher shagged his dog and he didn't like it.
It was great in the presser when, just before I was told that, all the Frampton team knew that Hearn and Joe were going to start doing the abuse, and Shane knew because Joe Gallagher had spent all week abusing him on iFilm and loads of other interviews, and they were all saying, "What are you going to do in the interview in the presser?" And they said, "I'm just going to compliment him, and I guarantee it's going to freak him out." And when Adam Smith asked Shane, "What do you think of Joe?" He says, "He's a great trainer. He's had a great year. Congratulations on the ring award." Nothing else to say, and he went to Joe, and Joe hadn't got a clue what to say, and all he did was still slate Shane McGuigan. He's still an arsehole. Like he just can't switch off from it at all. Not even when people are being nice to him, he just can't turn it off. And I'm just delighted he got what he deserved the other night. Like the pictures of him after the fight and stuff like that. And I looked the way he's looking around trying to find an excuse. After a few rounds, he was telling Scott, like, supposedly, oh, it's even and all that. Like, what was he watching? No one else seen that, except for that blind bastard fucking 115 judge who fucking, I don't know how I didn't die from that. Anyway, thank God I'd sunk a fair few drinks down me at that point. I was okay about it. But
See that's the thing.
that
No,
place
see,
would have born to the
I was
fucking
going
ground
to,
if
aye.
Frampton got robbed.
It's like, it's not just so much like oh, the Irish would have went mental. It's the Northern Irish for fucking Belfast. They're quite insular. See when it, you know, Mark. See when it comes to like fucking Belfast and Frampton and boxers for Belfast, they're fucking weirdos, man. Nothing exists outside of Belfast. They would have fucking destroyed that place.
That main arena be still on fire if they had fucking announced Frampton lost that fight. Born to the fucking ground. They would have rioted everywhere.
And you know what I would have been doing? I would have just been sitting in my nephew smiling at the telly going, I fucking tell yous, man. I fucking tell yous, fucking scumbags.
Who does everyone else in the pod, other than what we say, me and you were saying there about Frampton fighting next, who does everyone want to fight? Like, go through everyone. Who do you want to fight? What's acceptable? Is Leo Santa Cruz acceptable?
I'd rather he
go
stays
to
at Super Bantam.
That's wrong. Sorry,
I'd rather he stays at Super Bantam, fights Rigo, just cleans up. He's a top man in his division. If he moves up to feather and he beats Leo Santa Cruz, then there's some big boys up there who could do him some damage. Like Selby's going to be fucking massive. They could make that fight. They're both.
Loma, let's be real. Loma is on par with Rigondeaux, and Loma would school him.
Well, Loma's moving up, is he not?
I think Lomachenko would now fucking ruin Rigo.
It's work rate, isn't it? He beat him just through work rate alone. 120, 108 if he can, if he doesn't get dropped.
My thinking is that I sort of agree with what Carp's saying, that I don't want him to move up because I want him to clean up at 122. But also, if he does move up to 126, he's not going back down. He's not going to say, "Oh, I'll fight Leo, then I'll go back down and fight Rigondeaux." It's not going to happen. Rigondeaux's not going to go up to 126 for Frampton. And if they try and make those demands, that's what will happen. Frampton will go up to 126, and then they'll say, "Well, we're the fucking daddy now. Come up and fight us." Rigondeaux didn't go up to 126 for any other cunt, and he's not going to go up for Frampton.
Well,
Carl, what do you want?
Just purely for the fight, I'd rather see him against Leo Santa Cruz, but I do get that point that if he goes up, he's kind of stuck with loads of fucking big back. Like, imagine Walters stood next to him. If Walters could shave off an
I couldn't
extra couple
believe
of pounds.
Danny McGuckin mentioned fucking Walters at the weekend.
Walters like probably goes in the ring at a featherweight. I mean at a welterweight. So that fight would be.
Well, how many guys do you think Frampton could beat at 126? The top guys.
I think he could beat Russell and Leo Santa Cruz, but I think the rest of them are too big.
He could run under Lomachenko's legs and everything, freak him out. You couldn't see that coming at all. Like, you'd be able to see it. There's so many little moves he could do on him, none of you are looking at. So
basically, then he'd beat Santa Cruz and all the sort of also runs, the sort of B-level guys. But when you're talking about the Selbys of the world,
no, do you know what? The Selby fight doesn't at all. Like, I think Selby's fantastic and all that, but I watched Selby against a smaller fight in Montiel, and like, he's not when he's up. I just think I think that would be a great boxing match. I know how good Selby is, but I think that's a fantastic fight. And,
the difference is, so Montiel was full of juice. He was fucking steroid out his balls for that fight.
No, but I think that's a very, very good fight, and no, it wouldn't be one I'd be like going over thinking, geez, I'm fearing the worst here. I think that'd be a great fight. But,
I think Selby suffered with the same sort of thing that Carl did over in America on his first fight.
A Wednesday evening, an empty fucking shed or something like that was.
On Montiello, he was supposed to smash because we was all saying it was a dangerous fight, and it's just never turned out that way.
Know what you want? Carl Frampton, Josh Warrington, Belfast for your Leeds. Come on!
Now that'd be where I won't be kicking off with anyone.
Fucking magic. Need to have it in like Manchester or something, and the place just fucking burns like fuck. Or here Bradford, a right fucking shithole. I'm just looking at the guys at featherweight. I think if Lomachenko moves up, Selby's going to move up at some point. You've got Aquila. He's decent. Gary Russell. Oscar Valdez is the fucking next one.
He looks good as well.
Aye.
But if you think about it, like if he fights Rigo, and let's say I don't see it as a one-sided as some. I think it's like a 70-30 kind of fight to Rigo, because I do think he's sliding a bit. Like if he manages to beat Rigo, he's top 3 pound for pound, chance of getting in the Hall of Fame, and then he moves up, and then he sees what he can do. And thinking, if he moves up now, he's never going to fight Rigo, and then he could lose to Santa Cruz, and he's kind of like, what do I do now? Who am I going to fight?
And this is it, it's just a fear of losing. My man fucking Floyd brought that in, didn't he? Nick wants to fucking lose that O. But the difference is, Floyd didn't lose it while everybody else did. 49-0, bitches. Then when he comes back, fucking beats Danny Garcia in September.
Fuck's sake.
I hope not.
Yeah. No, but Joe Gallagher, that guy fucking shags animals. That is a fact.
But I don't think Gallagher's gonna like look. Like now, you look at all his champions that he's got, and none of them have beaten anyone great yet, and he's gonna look like a fucking idiot again when Crawler gets beat by Barroso, and when Liam Smith actually fights someone with a pulse. He's just not good. He's a good trainer, but he's not good enough to outsmart the other trainer. He's just good enough to out-train him and outwork him and out-fucking hits the body. I don't think he's like technically enough, sound enough to win him, but we'll see.
I totally forgot what I was saying. Fucking Matt Bowes, the carer for Jess, he says that the Barroso fight's done, and I said I was like, Herm's not going to do that fucking wee snide the Kell Brook King again when he tries to hail a split pay for view so he can get money. He says no, so I don't know whether it's going to be on that date or not, but he said the fight's been signed.
I heard a wee rumour when we were down in Manchester that the date that fight has been signed, and it's apparently it's going to be early in the evening, the same night as the Canelo Can fight, and they're going to do a kind of split pay-per-view type thing, where if you buy one, you get the other. But I don't know if that's
tell you
true
right
or
now,
not. It's just a rumour that I
buying
heard.
neither.
Stream.
Fucking stream that, bitches. Don't ever fucking pay for a pay-per-view again. Never. Not fucking one. I wouldn't even give a fuck if my mom was in a pay-per-view. I wouldn't fucking buy it. I'd still stream that shit.
I just had a question from the chat for Mark. Mark, do you think that Ryan Burnett will sell well in Belfast or in Ireland?
No, they'll have to absolutely lower the card. They'll barely fill. They'll only fill a tiny bit of the arena, and they'd have to do something really good. It's just a shame Eamon O'Kane is that it looks like retiring. Because him against Spike was the one being sounded out as like the chief support, even though it would be the headliner. But no, I think that card they'll have to load it with the likes of Keel or Jono, Carroll, and
What's he retiring for? He done quite well against Terry Arnold Johnson.
Who?
He done quite well against Johnson. What's he retiring for?
Yeah, I know. Like he let Johnson hear him like in the face, like 1,000 times. Like it was so generous of him to keep letting him punch him. But he's gone. His weight is blowing up so bad and everything. I don't think he's fighting. So no, I think it's gonna be. But at the end of the day, like it's his first time going to the Odyssey. Carl Frampton didn't sell the Odyssey on his first time. Like he had to work to get into the family. He has to start somewhere. Belfast is just patiently waiting, because the big fight's coming up this year is when Michael Conlon turns pro with Paddy Barnes. That's when Belfast will kick off again. Because when Michael Conlon turns over, then it's going to be fun.
When is the Olympics? Is it June or July?
Yeah, but him and Paddy Barnes will turn pro together and have a joint debut together.
Is it July?
What?
Is it July, the Olympics, or is it June?
July, August, but I think Barnes was telling me, I think his Olympics will, he'll finish in the Olympics, like August or something like that.
Oh, look at that.
Straight into pro. Him and Michael are going to turn pro, basically, together, and that'll be it. But, no, I hope Burnett sells a fair few tickets, but I'd say they're going to have to absolutely load the undercard with a lot of Belfast fighters and a few from down here in the Free State. And
He's a bit one
see
page
what
though. Anyway, when you watch him,
happens. But
he don't
I like
really
Burnett,
up the
but
tempo.
it's just when he's going up the levels, he's not knocking people out now. That's a bit worrying now. You know, it's the power is not up against the level of opponents. He's,
I'd be more concerned about they two winning gold medals just around about the time of the marching season. That place will fucking be like Rwanda. If that all happens, the place will be fucking... The streets will be getting looted.
You know, it's... well, I wouldn't know. It's not like I'm going to be welcome up with open arms anyway, for fuck's sake. So I won't be going up in July. But it's going to be... That's the one to keep an eye out for everybody. Michael Conlon and Paddy Barnes. Michael Conlon in particular, he's going to be exceptional.
Mark, I know you spoke to like Michael Collin because you phoned me when you were in the taxi with him. I know that you've told me that he's choking for that Frampton fight. Is there a bit of does he not like Carl? Because I know he picked Quigg.
No, he likes Carl. He's just very confident.
But he picked Quigg to beat him. I seen him tweeting. I'm pretty sure I seen him at the weekend before the fight picking Quigg to beat Carl.
So it's a friendly rivalry. It's Michael. You have to understand, Michael's going to turn pro, and he's going to be. It looks like he could be a super bantamweight, and he's in the mindset that he's already the best in the world. Like when I was talking to him, like he's saying stuff like for his debut, he'd like to fight for a British title. All the arrogance and stuff like that, but he's so confident. He doesn't want to be waiting around. And like when someone said to him, like when we were out, would you fight Carl Frampton? He says, I'd love to. Be a great fight. But if Michael Conlon said he didn't want to fight Carl Frampton, people look and go, why doesn't he want to? He should. That's why he should be talking. Like, but Carl won't be around. I doubt. Like by the time he gets to world title level, Conlon's gonna be brilliant. But sorry.
I might mind like Carl going up to like featherweight to win a belt and to basically. There's nothing better than fucking supporting your own boy being a 2-weight world champion. There's not many people that do that. I don't know many people. Is there anybody the last couple of years done that? Run about here.
Ricky Burns.
Ricky Burns.
Ricky Burns.
So Richard
Ricky Burns. Nah.
He's got a fight coming up soon, and a big fight apparently.
So fucking Eddie Hearn says Eddie Hearn's full of shit. That man's a fucking cunt as well.
Me and Cal will be going up there.
Yeah, we're going up. See if the promise of me not getting out of the train station alive will happen when I get to Glasgow.
We're going to shag your women and drink your beer.
I'm going to grow my hair even longer. Yeah.
So I go to the sub club, then we'll get full of pills.
Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, I'll do all.
Yeah.
But fucking Cal Cox about a techno and just gouch your fucking night away.
Thought you'd give up with drugs anyway because you had that one line on Christmas Eve and it ruined you.
Well, I was fucking. I can't even believe Barry Jones listened to that episode. I was fucking mortified. He's never even mentioned it either, like, what's going on in that episode, so I've just never fucking mentioned it back.
Did Chris Walker apologise for picking Scott Quigg?
I've not hammered him yet.
I'm just.
As a couch private, so I can't retweet any shit. I had favourited his stuff, but I couldn't retweet it.
I screenshot that fucking shot. I left out there hanging. I did until he said something to me the other day. But I'm just waiting for the apology. That's all. Nothing else. That's all I want to hear. Just an apology.
So just to admit that you only casuals pick Quigg. Like see when they were talking about like the crowds. Like it was going to be 60-40, 50-50, all that balls. See, at the end of the day, all it was like 70% fucking Frampton fans and the rest were Eddie Hearn fans. That's all it was. Quigg didn't have fans. It was like Matchroom fans. I mean, I get to Hearn. Hearn has got some fucking fan base and he's a promoter. Who the fuck goes to a fight because of a fucking promoter? That's bent as fuck. Absolute fucking bent.
Matt Bowles.
Imagine just sitting, no talking about that. Imagine just sitting there like that. You're just watching the telly with your wife and all that. And you're just like fucking drinking like a baby charm or something like that. And like fucking Sky Sports News comes on and Eddie Hearn's on there. And you just turn to your mum and, No, what? I fucking like that guy. You might buy some tickets to his fucking fight. Who's fighting? Who's boxing? I do not have a fucking clue, babes. Did he want to go anyway? Because he is fucking banging. Oh, let's all go. Mum will get dolled up as if we're the only way is Essex. I fucking hate yous. See if you're watching this right now, look into my eyes. I fucking hate yous.
I did laugh to myself. I was sat there on Saturday night, and you could see all the fucking spastic casuals coming up in their fucking blazers and ties. I was thinking, you're at the fucking boxing. You're not going to like a fucking dinner party.
I turned up with an Anchorman t-shirt in Belfast. Fuck's sake. And if I went to this, which I didn't because I'm a fucking dignified man, I was going to wear a fucking Maggie Thatcher stroke t-shirt. I mean, look at that fag that does Next Big Fight pod. That pure fucking homo. He went to meet Floyd with a fucking tux on, an actual tuxedo. Floyd was standing there with a pair of trainers, a denim jeans, and a fucking jumper, and he's wearing a tux.
You would have turned up with your pants down for fuck's sake, so calm down, alright?
Aye, but my pants look a bit. But I would have worn a pair of shorts and t-shirt. I wouldn't have fucking turned up. Dab, man, I really do hope that you get some fucking bad illness tonight. I really do.
Here, look, lads, I'm heading off, okay? I'll talk to you all soon.
Cheers, Mark.
Mark, see you later, mate. It was nice to meet you at the weekend.
Oh, good fucking Oh, Mark, you taste amazing.
Right, lads, I'll talk to you all later, alright?
Catch you in a bit.
See you in a bit, pal.
I don't think we've abused like Joe Gallagher enough. I know I fucking have, but you haven't.
How have we done on our checklist of 1 to 6?
So I don't even think we've got to 2 yet.
No, we should move on to Terence now, innit?
Dab, man, you're the biggest fucking troll in podcasts. Anytime I'm fucking listening to a podcast, your wee spazzy name fucking pops up with either stupid questions or wee smart ass comments. I really do hope that you get fucking knifed at the weekend. You go for a kebab or something like you're like, oh, I'm going for a wee kebab, I'm pure blotto on it, and some fucking random just fucking sticks a blade right in your fucking side.
Who are you talking to?
Who's this? What's happened to you?
Dab in the chat. The fucking me queer hawk.
It's Boxing Baby on Twitter.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
That fucking faggot, I blocked him ages ago. His part's right. Man, he actually fucking sucks Frank Moore's penile. And Frank Moore's an old man. It's not even if you're like fucking getting Eddie Hearn gobble where you could probably get away with because he's a good looking fucking guy. Frank Moore is a creepy little bastard. Frank Moore's actually fucking Adam Johnson, Jew, dab. You're fucking queer hawk. Right. I've totally lost my train of thought. But I did hope that you actually die. Anyway.
Brian's back.
Terence Crawford. The guy's fucking built a career basically around beating Ricky Burns. Only guy to ever fucking won 8 rounds against Ricky. Maybe Alex Alford done that, I know, but he was a novice. Ricky took fucking 4 rounds off this punk. broke John didn't quit, motherfucker.
Yeah, Sam, I'll tell you the new, mate. See, after that comment, you're not welcome in Glasgow for Ricky's next fight.
You know it's all love for Ricky Burns. I'll just keep it real.
Ricky Burns is a legend, man, honestly. I'd love to get a tattoo of him on my penis. I'm just thinking about it. Anyway, right. I don't even know what the checklist is. It's Terence Crawford. What is he what to talk about? Like basically, he was fighting a guy that you know what's funny about like Lundy. Lundy's a pure straight opponent for Terence Crawford, right? But he was too much of an opponent for Crawler about 18 months ago. That's how fucked up it is. That's how bad Joe Gallagher is. He wouldn't even put his own boy in me. Hammer and Hank. Hank's never won a fucking fight in his puff. But he got his cunt kicked in. The first round he done actually quite well. But I don't know if that's just I don't know what to make of Terence Crawford, because when you watch that Prescott fight, he fought to a plan and he absolutely fucking schooled it. But I don't know whether it's he's got absolutely no respect for anybody that he fights, so he does get touched up quite often, or it's just basically his defence isn't as good as what we thought it is, but his offence is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Some people just aren't too bothered about being hit, either. They're quite happy to take when they give one back. And
no, but he's a nasty bastard. He's got that hang about him where as soon as he gets fucking hot, he just starts throwing back.
He's vicious that way. I think he quite likes that. He likes a wee bit. like a tear-up, do you know what I mean? And he'll take a punch on the chin, and then, I mean, the guy's mega talented. I think he realises he's better than most of the fucking everybody else out there, so he'll just go, when he's in a fight, he'll take a couple of punches, and it rallies him up a bit, if you know what I mean. I mean, I think he's really, really good. I really, really rate him. And there you go.
I was saying this last week, I think, anyway. But if Tim beats Pac, I'd love to see that fight. I'd love to see Terence move up to 147 and fight Timmy. That could be a war, that.
But the two of them are best of pals, and I'm pretty sure they've said before they win a fight each other, some nonsense thing like that.
If there's money in it, they fall out quick enough, eh?
But but they're not going to really make much money into it. It's America into it. You know how like they're fucking racist as fuck. Who's going to watch two black guys fighting down the shoulder roll with each other?
Yeah.
They love black boxes over there, be real.
Who does?
Americans.
Who the fuck? Nick never turns up to work. Have you ever watched that? Like, in fact, I tell you what today, just go listen to the Boxing Voice for about 20 minutes. And not as it's just about pure racism, how everybody loves Golovkin because he's a white, because he's a honky, and everybody hates fucking Floyd because he's black. Just listen to that fucking mad shithole.
That's shite. I mean, fucking, for a start, Deontay Wilder's actually selling quite well. And fucking Terence Crawford's selling quite well. And fucking Broner was doing quite well.
No, Deontay Wilder sells well when they put him in with Eastern Europeans in, like, New York City.
Whiteys.
Yeah, because the whole spastics will come out and support anyway, won't they?
Yeah, but you can't fucking blame white people if the black guys aren't coming out to support their fucking men. What kind of logic's that? They've got money, they can go and fucking pay if they want to go and see them. If not, shut up and moaning. We'll go support our boys.
Don't make it us versus them, Cal. Jesus. we're all one nation, one love, isn't it?
Yeah, one love.
No, but I just hate I hate the you moaning about no one going to see you guys.
I was panicking about what you was going to say then. When you went, I just hate. I was like, oh, here we go.
Look, hang on,
it's about being exciting. You want to be exciting. If you're an exciting fighter, people go and watch. Or if you're really, really good fighter, people go and watch. And at the minute, it's Eastern Europeans that are doing bad. But you've got Crawford. Wilder could be massive if he beats
Tim Bradley as well.
Thurman could be big if he actually liked fighting. I mean, it's not the white people's fault. People go and see people that are from where they're from. So the Eastern Europeans, Polish guys go and see Fonfara. What's wrong with that?
They don't build people like we do over here either, do they? Like, that's what they did with Crawford. They stuck him in, where is it? Omaha he's from?
Is Thurman really black? It just looks like one of the guys that's just fucking, he comes from California and he's out in the sun too much. He's not black. He's like kind of, you're tan black.
He's a massive.
More of a tan.
What?
Hookway's got more of a tan than he has.
He's a massive ticket seller, Crawford. He sells it, like, I don't know what it's called, like the Omaha Arena. It's like 15,000, 20,000 or whatever it is. And he sells it out, like, every time. It's always sold out. So he obviously sells tickets, do you know what I mean? So he's got that behind him.
A good point. Mind that time that you went down to Manchester and you sat and got a drink with Jess?
Another thing with their main problem.
Mind that time you never went to Manchester.
They don't build the guys in
the Jackal unified the division. Do you remember that thing?
I don't remember them unifying anything, no.
I don't know. I don't even know. I'm still mad with it for Manchester.
We need to Shep, are you there?
Some mic problems.
At least you were on time.
You probably dropped it in fucking curry sauce or noodles or something, you cunt. Oh, Ronaldo! Oh, it was sweet! Bastard. But when it comes to Crawford, Alex, what ceiling do you think he's got? Do you think he is actual legit?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a bit hard to say, isn't it? I mean, he's not got that. Well, he's got the marquee win. He's got the Ricky Burns win.
Oh, you fucking no.
But he obviously needs that big win in the States to really, push his name forward. He obviously wanted the Pacquiao win, but Manny just wasn't interested. Fucking cunts are dropping off like flies. Oh, they're coming back now. Yeah, but yeah, he needs a big win, and I'm just trying to think what that is. I mean, Postel's not going to do it for him. I mean, that will obviously give him the credibility, should we say, of.
I think that fight's for legitimacy. If he wins that, he is the man in that division, and then he can go up to welterweight.
Well, yeah, he's definitely. I mean, he's already flirting with sort of pound for pound recognition at the moment. I think that he's a bit off at the moment, but it's certainly being hostile.
Sorry, I'm back now. The hardware's fixed. I think Crawford's easily top 10. I think he's flirting with the top 5.
Really?
Are you putting him on ability, or are you putting him on results?
I'd have him maybe 8 or 9 at the moment, but I think, like, you know, he's fighting good B+ level guys and destroying them. And is there anyone you'd favour over him at 140? I think he.
He beats everybody at 140 without a doubt. I mean, his closest at 140 would be Postal, and I think he'd beat him. Fucking.
I don't know why that's not happening. I don't get it, because Crawford had said.
Apparently, Postal has turned down the fight, hasn't he?
No. Yeah, but do you really think he has? He just fought Matisse. He didn't have a problem. You know, he didn't have a problem with that.
I don't know. I heard that. I don't know. I'm sure I read. I don't know if I read that on maybe being checkout or something like that. But I did pick up on that, and I don't know. It's an easy fight to make. Obviously, they're both with Aram, and it'll be.
Yeah, I don't know. Crawford's openly said he wants better opponents, hasn't he? He said he wasn't happy with Dundee. He wants to have bigger fights.
He's in a funny situation as I've seen. He's just needing that one kind of marquee name, and then that's him. He's buff. He'll take off. But if he would have got the Pacquiao fight, that would have been ideal. But obviously, it's went to Bradley. So I would, if he's kicking about 140 for the next, year to 18 months. So I don't know, maybe I would maybe even like to see him in Matisse, then face Postal, and then maybe go up and fight like Bradley or something like that. I don't know. Because when he goes
Sorry, go on. He's big, he's got the frame to go up, easy.
Alright. But when he goes to, he will go to 147. He will go to 147, but when he does, I mean, what's his options going to be? Because obviously Pacquiao is going to be retired, and then you've got Bradley,
Vargas winner, I guess.
Aye, so it would be stuff like that. So he's kind of, because he's way at him, and obviously the PBC guys, they're all the other top kind of guys are at 140 and 147. They're kicking about with PBC or whatever. So he's not really got a lot of options, but he's needing.
He'll duck Kell Brook because everyone is ducking him.
That's certain. Aye, I mean, he'll probably go back down to 140 so he doesn't have to face Brook.
I tell you what, I think Terence Crawford would rather get another bullet to the heat than have to get shagged off Kell Brook.
Anyone understand a word of that?
No, your sound's really bad, mate.
Did you not hear that, no?
No, your sound's crackly as fuck.
It's speeding up, mate, for some reason.
It's breaking up.
Sounds like you're on them.
I think Shep's coming and he's fucking ruined Brian's to become the king again. Fuck you. I know your game, Shep.
You sound
try that video off, Brian. See if that makes a difference.
You sound like a fucking Dalek off Doctor Who. Exterminate.
Can you get it out?
No, leave the call then, get back on, because honestly, I can't hear a fucking thing you're saying.
Fuck you, cunts.
It's slightly sped up. It's really strange. Right, that's better. We've tricked him into logging off the
I fucking called it.
Cal, mate, what did you think of Crawford? Because obviously we had the debate last week about whether Lundy'd go the distance and stuff, but I thought Crawford's power looked pretty good, and he's a really good finisher when he gets someone hurt, isn't he? Like, as soon as he hurts them, I got
that. I got it badly wrong. I got all my bets badly wrong, except the Frampton unanimous decision, because that should have been.
Still got it wrong there. The judges still shafted you.
Yeah, but yeah, he's obviously fucking talented. I'm not as high on him as you lot, purely because he hasn't fought anyone that's A yet. He's fought like 3 or 4 B guys, but
you saying Ricky
I
Burns?
It's hard. All right, Burns, yeah, but he got Burns on the slide. Though, he got lucky. He's big, but I don't think he'll. I think if he moved up and fought, say, someone like Kell Brook or Thurman, I think they'd be massive compared to him. I don't think he looks. He's quite spindly looking. He's quite tall, but I don't know. I'm not a massive fan.
I think he could pack muscle on and beef himself up a bit because he's skinny, like you said, and tall for the weight, and he's got long, very long arms.
But that's the good build for a boxer. Really. That's like the ideal Like back in the day, that's the build they went for, weren't it? It was like long and tall and.
Is that what you look for in a man? Is it?
long and skinny, yeah.
And black.
Definitely not black.
Look for the fucking
Brian, your sound's still fucked, mate.
Brian, you're fucking me up.
Brian, honestly, turn off your video and see if that makes a difference. It might be a bandwidth thing.
Don't tell him what to do, shit.
Who made you fucking boss, chap?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
Aye, that's fine.
Fucking shit coming on here and sabotaging this fucking shit.
I'm undermining myself.
I just feel as if
140's dead. Go on, Brian.
there's a fucking bit of racist undertone here. The way you're going on about Crawford, like, oh, he's like this with long arms, not he's black with long arms. No, I find it fucking quite disturbing the way you are like generalising black people. I don't like it.
By talking about one specific person.
Yeah.
No, you're right. We should go back to talking about Kell Brook being gay and Joe Gallagher fucking animals.
Kell Brook is gay, and I'm not even saying he's a fag.
I'll just say, for a boxer, he's got a good build for a tribute boxer compared to fucking Porter, who's like, he's quite hard, I reckon, to get to the top of the Porter build than it is for a Crawford.
Porter looks like a little bodybuilder, doesn't he? He's like he's massive, sort of massive upper body, and very short. Yeah. Broner reminds me. Broner. Sam, are you tired, mate?
What?
Are you yawning, Sam?
No, why?
That's your fucking cow.
I'm just too much away.
One of you's yawning.
You can't still be fucking yawning.
Pops, go and tell that bird on Natalia I might suck her tits.
What did we think of? Was there there wasn't a co-feature actually with Crawford, was there? I'm trying to think of the other.
Was born as fuck.
Have you done Santa Cruz? Yeah.
Not yet. Well, we talked about him with Frampton, but we haven't done his fight.
Oh fuck
Do
his
you,
fight.
do you see how many punches he threw in the first round?
130 or something.
140. I think that's a record.
I bet fucking Mason didn't land.
He knocked him down twice in the first round, so he must have landed a few.
Oh, fucking Scott Quigg knocked Kiko down, fuck's sake. He was shot to bits. And Scott Quigg's fucking shite.
It was a good fight, though, honestly. Good fun. Lots of action.
Brooks gay.
So who's hosting this? There's clearly a conflict of who's trying to lead this at the moment.
It's just like,
So get the
we're either trying to talk.
and start leading the pod.
We're either trying to talk about boxing or Kell Brook's fucking arse.
Shit, we should have played on Joe Gallagher, but I've not got your opinion yet.
I wouldn't trust him with my animals.
Fucking animal shagging bastard.
You know, I was at a zoo with my missus yesterday, and I sent a picture of that lemur with the arm missing.
Which missus is this?
Which one?
Who, the
Which
one-armed
missus?
bandit?
Yeah, the reason. Shut up. The reason.
Did she listen?
I don't fucking not. The reason why that lemur is missing an arm is it was actually wanking off Joe Gallagher two hours. So that's a true story. You can ask the zookeeper.
Hashtag
she can
boxing.
ratify that.
A lemur hasn't actually got a lemur's not got a fucking arm though. What is it? Was it just walking about his hind legs?
No, they're like monkey things, aren't they? They got two legs and they use their arms to do things.
A lemur's like a monkey? Are we talking about the same animal here?
Is this a boxing pod or what? For fuck's sake.
You fucking drag me, Jess. You don't even like boxing.
Right, Pops, you're the one that set out a fucking itinerary.
I set the itinerary and you've just absolutely fucking ruined it. Between Joe Gallagher shagging animals, fucking Kell Brook being a poop, we've not fucking get much else done, really. I mean, have we?
Pops must have fat bastard.
Aye, that is well, aye.
Hatton's dog's got tits.
Never again am I setting an itinerary. Not a chance.
Thankless task, right?
Right,
No one ever
we may as well just get fucking onto what the fuck Shep's on here about. Let's talk about fucking the pirate The Mexican fucking one-eyed cunt.
Let's do previews. Got a few fights, haven't we? This
we've
this
got
week.
this weekend's free. Are you actually going to do a Margarito bit here? Seriously?
No, not really. I just want to tune in and see.
Is he fighting this weekend?
Yeah, he's fighting Pioneers on Saturday.
Oh, right. I didn't know it was this weekend.
You know how a one-legged duck would just go round the circles? You think that's going to be like him because he can only see out one eye? He's just fucking getting running the one bit. Can't even
He should fucking. He should.
To his bad eye, and he can't do anything. Yeah, he's got no peripheral vision, honestly.
Margarito should fucking do the good thing, do the decent thing, and adopt that fucking one-armed Lima, because he's got one eye as well, so they would fucking fit in, wouldn't they? Or whatever. What is it? It's not even a Lima. What is it?
He's described it as a fucking monkey, a Lima.
Right, I'll tweet it out now. They can have a look. Cal, retweet it from the podcast.
Oh, I'm hanging a llama. What the fuck am I on about?
What is it? Is it not the wee guy that fucking go? Yeah. A meerkat? It's a meerkat.
It ain't a meerkat. It's a lemur, right?
It's a fucking meerkat.
You don't know what a lemur is? No,
it's a meerkat.
They do look sort of similar.
Like, Cal, will you retweet this from the pod account and people?
This is now a boxing podcast / wildlife. Listen next week when we've got David Attenborough on for a big massive.
Right.
Do you think Joe Gallagher watches David Attenborough programs and it's like porn to him?
Like Chandler and Friends with a shark bomb in it.
Oh, he's just basically watching like a fucking lion, like fucking lying on the grass looking at his prey, and he's like, trying to swallow his income. Joe Gallagher, you dirty bastard, man.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, I heard the other day someone got to the gym early in the morning, got to Amir Khan's gym early, and there was just, all the doors were locked in the change room. It was just, the Lion King theme was blaring out. And Gallagher said, I'll be out in a minute.
Well, seeing Saturday night, I got to the arena really early, and they were playing In the Jungle, the Mighty Jungle, the Lions, and he was just rolling about the ring. This was about 5 o'clock, and he was in the ring himself, just rolling about and like, prowling about like a tiger, making tiger noises. I didn't understand it. It was very strange.
Fucking imagine him at fucking Nas fights years ago when he sees the fucking leopard print pants and all that, man. Like, fucking, that fucking is the sexiest looking pair of shorts I've ever seen.
That's why his amateur career never took off, because they had a tournament.
It was, remember when Mike Tyson adopted that?
Is Gallagher actually an animal, Nons? Right, Tony Margarito, what a fucking scumbag.
It's a good comeback fight, I think. It's a good level of opposition.
He's a fucking bum.
There's a couple of people turning around and well, I heard like a guy from Puerto Rico saying that he's heard fucking stories that Canelo's not remotely interested in fighting Golovkin this year, and if he looks good in this fight, he's going to fight Margarito in September in Mexico.
No chance. I've heard a lot of rumours though that Canelo Golovkin will be next May, and the WBC is just basically going to, give him another excuse to duck it. And he's now saying things like, I don't know if it's going to happen this year, rather than 6 months ago he was like, oh yeah, if I beat Cotto, I'll definitely fight him next, no problem. And now he's saying, maybe. It's pretty bad. I don't know how he can be mandatory. How long has he been mandatory for? 18 months or something?
He's been mandatory since he beat that shitty Mexican guy.
He beat Rubio for the silver title or something.
Robles? That was fucking Kell Brook and beat him.
Rubio.
That's what I said, yeah.
You said Robles.
I said Rubio.
I know.
That was like November 2014, wasn't it, or something? Like
that was for the WBC interim or something. See if the day, no call this fight for September, I'll lose my shit again and end up fucking hating boxing because they've called for it, and I mean that's plenty of time to build it up. Why not just have the fight in September? Why is there any need to call them out to put the fight next May? I mean, why?
I took the WBC a square go last night and gave them an absolute fucking kicking. They just kept trying to patronise me with their answers, and I just wanted to let it go. And I was at it for about an hour and a half last night. They eventually admitted that they have not got the powers within their own sanctioning body to write out rules that stipulates if you want to fucking have a catch weight at 155, by all means you can come in at 155, but we're no making that a catch weight where the other person has to come in at that weight. And they're turning around and saying that that's up to the promoter. The promoter can put that in the contract, but if Golovkin says it was for 155 and Golovkin come in at 160, we'd still sanction the fight. I was like, but that means that Golovkin would get taxed, he would get fined. I was like, how about you just turning around and saying that there is no fucking catch weight? You can come in between 155 to 160. Like, we are allowed, that is what we're doing. I was like, no, you're not. You're allowing a fucking contract to be signed to say there's a catch weight. How about banning that? We can't do that. I was like, it's your sanctioning body. And they're like, oh. And I was like, that's basically like the NFL fucking saying that they can't do this and that. Like, oh no, the NFL's got like a governing body. I was like, you're the fucking governing body to your own fucking belt. I was like, so what is the point of your 30-day weigh-in then? What if the promoter turns around and says, we're not fucking having that, we're going to put it in the contract, we don't want it? In the blank tack, because I just kept going round and round but they took a fucking major L last night. But that's what that guy from Puerto Rico says. He says he's heard rumours about a fucking Margarito Canelo in September. I hate Margarito, but I wouldn't want to see that fight either, because Canelo's a fucking piff.
If Margarito wins, Cotto will try and get a third fight with him, because he won't fight. He won't fight anyone who's physically able. So I reckon they'll try and do that, and Margarito will go to Puerto Rico and either get killed in the ring or make Cotto retire. One of them.
That'd be fucking hilarious if Cotto made him lose his eye and he was just blind. And like Margarito was in the middle. Margarito was in the middle of the ring like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport, like with a paracetamol in his eyes.
With Smoger waving it on.
Fucking Smoger lifted up, took Margarito. There's fuck all the matter. You fight on, fight on.
Smoger does a Terry O'Connor and wipes the eyeball off the canvas with his foot. Yeah.
And fucking Conor McGregor basically just sitting ringside. This is the thing. I'm the king of Dublin. Yeah. Fuck boxing. MMA. Woo. Cotto Smith at Anfield. Well, that is a good point, Sean B.
Yeah, Cotto Smith at Anfield. That's definitely happening. How fucking stupid are these Scousers? Honestly, they reprint that fucking story about once a month. So and so is going to fight at Anfield. When was the last fight at Anfield? Has there ever been?
I don't know, but Can's been fighting Mayweather and Pacquiao for about 5 years at Wembley.
Yeah, in like winter or December or whatever. Yeah, Wembley.
Well,
Madness.
According to Jeff Powell, that fight's done, and I've booked a hotel 5 times, and it's never came in handy once.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jeff Powell, man. I wish you fucking died at all. You're fucking garbage, Jeff Powell. Who's that other one? Kev Mitchell? Fucking fag.
Kevin Mitchell's he was ranting about how anyone scoring it for Quigg was outrageous. It was a terrible card. He said like there's no way you could score 7 rounds. But he was the guy. I think he gave Pacquiao 8 rounds. Absolutely mad. And then wasn't he claiming? He was claiming after Fury Klitschko that it was that there was no rematch clause. Do you remember that one?
He scored a draw for that as well.
He scored a draw, and then he said there is no rematch clause. Both fighters came out in the next few days and confirmed there was.
But it's not just the way, he didn't just say there's no rematch clause. He came out and says he was replying to somebody in a tweet, and it was like, don't be such a fool, educate yourself, there is no rematch now, like that. And then 3 days later, rematch, I no bother, you fucking bam.
He said something like, there's no such thing as a rematch clause. It was really strange. He just refused to acknowledge that a rematch could exist. Very odd. But yeah, this weekend, is any fights anyone's looking forward to? Should we do Lucas Brown and Chagayev?
I noticed something interesting. See, the price on Lucas Brown has dropped quite a lot between the weekend and today. It was 5-2 just to win the fight, and he's come down. He's now 94 to win. So I don't know if maybe that's quite a lot of money for the Australian market or whatever that's been kind of lumped on him.
All of his spazzy little Twitter followers are going to be lumping on now.
Lads, I'm just going to have a look now and get another MVP treble on.
Oh, don't you bother.
Last week was quality. So.
All right, last week we went none for 3, so this week we're going to go 3. I'd rather lose them all than just lose one. Than win 2.
I says to fucking the boiled egg a couple of weeks ago that this isn't for a world title, and he's like, oh, I take it you're a Tyson Fury fan. I was like, no, you fucking, I take man, I'm a boxing fan. It's not a world title. And then you've got people, it is, and I was like, oh, you're blocked. I don't even want to talk to you. I'll just block you. And then you'll fucking say, why he blocked me, the casual bastard. Lol. Big fucking brown boiled egg. He looks as if he's lost some amount of weight.
Oh, he does. He looks like he's probably taking.
Yeah, he looks trim. Yeah.
He's probably.
I don't think Chagayev will be too trim when he gets in the ring, but I think it's quite a hard one to call just because Brown is shite, but Chagayev is like so past his best. You know, anything could happen really.
Did he have his best?
The last fight at Anfield was 67 years ago.
Oh right, so yeah, I mean, Cotto, Liam Smith, Anfield's the logical 67 fucking years ago.
Liam Smith was in the fucking sweepstakes for Canelo. So Warren said.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be pay-per-view, but it wouldn't surprise me. HBO could sell it as a unification or something, or not unification, but sort of champions meeting. I honestly wouldn't cast him because Canelo loves dragging them up from the division below.
Get in there, United!
Here, lads, I'm going in a second, so I'm just going to give the one of the best tips I'll ever give. Right, 35 to 1 for
phone number.
Pops has already got that. He's already fucking going out with her. So we've got Lucas Brown knockout. Yeah. Jesse Vargas because Saddam Ali's shit.
No.
Vargas is not going to win. Stop right there. Ali will win that.
Bradley's
Don't you say anything winning after your fucking Bradley can't knock him do it.
He's on
35 to 1 people.
So come on.
Yeah. 35 to 1. Bradley skeet points, Jesse Vargas and Lucas Brown knockout. Yep. Easy.
Lamp on then, lads, and we'll
cash it, boys.
See if Lucas Brown did knock out Shaggy, could he die? Is that not rough where he's going to?
Yeah.
I think there will be a clause that basically said like, who's that Chechnya? The president of Chechnya is a bit mental, and he'd probably say, right, well, Brown's next fight has to be back here. He probably wouldn't let him leave the country. He'd become like, like Roy Jones over in Russia, this sort of toy that they bring round to,
He'll lose his passport and fucking he's stuck there for a few months.
And his next fight's against two fucking heavyweights, and then if he beats them, just double.
And a fucking bear.
Chef, a guy in the chat.
Stick a fucking dancing bear in the ring, won't they? Yeah.
Chef, a guy in the chat's called you a sexist nonce.
Sexist nonce.
Right. so you.
I like the way he puts sexist first, like it's worse than being a nonce. Yeah, I like that.
It's as if you've got a preference. You don't like nonsense. Like fuck, I fucking don't like they fucking women bastard. I'll just nonce the wee boys.
I abuse children, and I'm slightly ruder to the females. Yeah.
Alex, can you clip that up and get that on the intro? Shep saying I abuse children.
Yeah.
We could do a mashup of Gallagher. I'm sure he said the word abuse, and he must have said the word dog at some point in it.
I abuse dogs.
I honestly can't believe how much abuse we dish out to people and it ends up catching on.
Who came up with the Tesco nickname originally?
That's easy.
Really? It's fantastic. Honestly, it's fantastic. I was thinking about it earlier. It's brilliant. It just suits him
Next
so
big
well.
part of trendsetters, mate. That's just the way it is.
That's the trendsetters.
Right, anyway, boys, I'm off. Good luck with the treble. Hey.
Go on, Cristiano.
What was the treble from last week? I've forgotten.
Well, it
Crawford
was,
points.
Yeah, Crawford points.
Frampton unanimous decision.
Oh, that was easy.
Oh,
that's all
We
fucking
didn't get
ready to
that, did he? So, and it was it Ola, I think, against Hart?
Yeah, that's where I fucked up because I had a bet on Ola. That was the only one I went with. And yeah, I haven't watched the fight, but I heard he got beaten up pretty badly.
He got fucked up.
I'm surprised how good Huck sounded, from the reports I've read.
He can get up to his old tricks in Germany, can't he?
When is it Cunningham fighting Kloaki?
Is that fight still on? I heard it was pulled off.
That wasn't on the Thurman card, the Thurman Porter one that was cancelled, wasn't it on that?
Was that not on? Is it not on the Spence card? I thought it was on the Spence card.
Oh, yeah, I might be wrong. They're dropping like flies, PBC, aren't they? Like, it's an absolute shambles. They've got about 3 dates scheduled. That's it.
There's no money.
Oh, there's
exactly. That's why I think Santa Cruz, Frampton could get done, just because if they offer enough money, you know, and maybe if that fight's in the East Coast, maybe where you can get a few Irishmen in, or over in Belfast, then that could be big money for Santa Cruz. Could get a couple of million for it, which it doesn't sound like PPC can pay him that much anymore.
See, when you just mentioned like Frampton again there, let's see what we heard, like getting the wee dig in, like Scott Quigg's going to earn more money because Cal's paying out more to like, certain people, like Heyman. Like they were getting these snidey digs, they having to pay 15% to Heyman, and I'm like, but some of your fighters is left to go to Heyman, and you're saying it's nothing but a fucking great deal for them. I was like, so you can't have it both ways. Your fighters go to Heyman is a great deal, but somebody that's not where you goes to Heyman, he's making less money. So what he's basically turning around and saying then, if George Groves fights James DeGale, and it's 50-50, Groves gets more money because he's with Heyman. It's just another fucking hypocritical comment for him.
Were they on about Heyman, or were they on about paying Shane, then Blaine, and then Barry gets?
But that's basically like every boxer's got a trainer, a promoter, a manager. It's like everybody else. It just so happens that like Cal's team are all within the family, and I don't know how ethical that is, because like I know people have said before that De La Hoya's brother is a manager, well he's a promoter, and that's kind of fucking getting round the alley act and things like that, but it's just the exact same as like every other boxer. You need a manager, a promoter, like a fucking trainer, and it just so happens that they're like a jack of all trades. But that's just a wee fucking
I mean, it's the same with Amir Khan, isn't it? It's like it's his brothers and his dad that run all this, you know, run all his business for him and stuff.
And that wee Pelter Saj.
Yeah, Saj hasn't. I think he's turned his Twitter off.
Speaking of Khan, who's still on here? Sam.
Yeah.
I heard that fucking all of you had a bit of a crush on fucking Shady.
Yeah, she's not bad.
No, that's not exactly what you were saying in the chat. Don't get shy now because you're live on the next big pod.
He's already got two birds at the moment, mate. He doesn't need a third to talk about.
He's already cheating, so he doesn't need to be cheating anymore.
You're not cheating anymore.
Yeah, I'll see you in a bit, lads, alright? Have a good show.
I heard you all took a wee fucking shine to Shady. That's sweet. Go on, Cristiano.
Andy was grafting, that was quite funny.
Andy was?
Yeah, Pop's just putting in his shift.
Well, I can get you
fucking... We're still live, yeah? We're still live.
I can fucking give you an unlimited amount of ice cream if you want it, baby. Touch my tits, touch them. Right, what else have we still got to talk about then?
There's a few other fights.
Right, go Shepard, go take over.
Well, yeah, if anyone finds any of these interesting, then just shout about them. We've got, obviously, Ali Vargas is on HBO, I think. That is this weekend, isn't it?
I hate Vargas.
On the undercard of Ortiz against Thompson. That's a pretty good double-header, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, more of a showcase for Ortiz, but Ali Vargas is a great fight, and I think I don't agree with Cal. I think Ali's going to win very impressively, like wide decision. But yeah, decent fight. Who's everyone picking? I like the look of Ali. I think he could be a good opponent for someone like Bradley in the future.
I haven't seen much of Saddam Ali, but I don't like Vargas, so I'm going with Ali.
I fucking hate Vargas, man. I've never liked him. He's there's one thing I hate is like a guy that fucking fights as if he's got powers when he's not getting anything. He's basically like a good looking fucking Gradovich, that's what he is. Coincidentally, I seen Vargas in Vegas, and fuck me, man, he is a big cunt. I do not know how he got to light welterweight in the first place, man. He is fucking big. But he's not getting any fucking power, but fights as if he's basically like fucking Matisse. But Saddam Ali's a good boxer. I think he'll win. He can do it for me.
Ali's got very, very fast hands. I think that'll be the difference.
I picked him to lose to Abregu. I was fucking shocked what he done to Abregu. He absolutely fucking turned him over.
I had quite a lot of money on Abregu by my betting standards. I was just convinced he was going to destroy him. And Ali, I don't think Ali had fought anyone at that point, really. And yeah, what did he do? He stopped him in the 9th round, I think, didn't he? Knocked him down about 4 times.
Aye.
Broke him down. It was, brilliant performance, but he's not really done much since. It's a shame. And obviously Bradley's had that belt for ages, hasn't he? That WBO one, without defending it. And now I think it's vacant. He dropped it, didn't he, to get the Pacquiao fight?
Aye, he dropped it. But
They're
that,
fighting-
Haven't they named him a super champion?
Yeah, they're doing something weird. WBO said they'll make some belt for it.
Fuck's sake.
don't give a fuck. Said Ali. Whoever wins this fight will be the champion. But that's another thing. Why is Vargas lost his last fight to Bradley? Why the fuck is he allowed to go into a title? Not even with the same sort of organisation. It's another fucking different organisation.
No, it's WBO, isn't it? I think it's the same.
He was
organisation.
but he was a WBA champion. No,
Bradley was the WBO champ. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He won it off. He won it off Marquez, didn't he?
It's Aaron, minute. No, he won it.
So basically,
He won a vacant
Vargas.
title against didn't he?
So basically, Vargas is fucking fighting for the same belt.
Yeah, he's fighting for the same belt he just lost for. Yeah, he's doing a Martin Murray.
Because Floyd got
Call
stripped.
it a Martin Murray now.
Floyd got stripped, then Timmy fought Vargas for the vacant belt.
That was fucking scummy as fuck. Stripping my man Floyd just because they wouldn't pay the sanction fees. Fuck that. They were desperate. They wouldn't want him to win that belt anyway, because that's a fucking Pacquiao belt, wasn't it? They just stripped him knowing that Bradley was going to get that belt. Scummy bastards. TNT people, chat, fucking give us a big hell yeah, 49-0.
So is anyone going to stay up for? I know you're all big King Kong guys, aren't you? Alex especially loves the big Cuban.
I hate him as well. I think he's amazing to watch, but I still hate him because he's a juicing bastard.
You're speeding up again, mate, or is that just me?
He's a
Right.
bit crackly.
Can you hear me?
You're a bit crackly still.
Then more. You hit me right. Carry on.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Sorry, Alex. Yeah. You preview it, mate. You go.
well, yeah, I mean, it's Tony Thompson, isn't it? I mean, it's really difficult to say where Big Tony's at the moment. He obviously got those wins, should I say, over what's his name, Solis. But again, Solis was just a big fucking fat blob. He was just an absolute fucking sort of Burger King mess.
Burger King!
And, obviously Thompson's got the David Price wins, and he's known as a bit of an upsetter. He's known as being durable, but if Ortiz is as good as we think he is, and I think Thompson's just going to get absolutely smashed to bits. It's not a case of Ortiz just being this unknown quantity of being, well, he's got a lot of power, but has he got the resilience? I mean, we saw what he did to Jennings. I think Thompson's just too fucking slow now. He's about, 50 odd? He's getting there at least.
44.
But I think Thompson might go a little bit further. I don't think he'll win, obviously, but I think he might go a few rounds just because he's got that sort of old school. It reminds me a bit of James Toney. He can sort of lie on the ropes and cover up. He's quite crafty, I think.
Oh, he's durable.
In shape. He can still. His defense is underrated, I think.
He knows how to ride with the punch. He knows how to take a punch well, I think. But ultimately, with the sort of output that Ortiz throws and the speed that he's doing it at, it's just he's going to stop him eventually. I can't really see what Thompson's going to do. I mean, I don't really think that there's any indication that Ortiz has a dodgy chin. Thompson's not going to outbox him. So
what round did Jennings get stopped? Like the 5th or something?
6th.
Right. So here's the bet. Does Thompson go more rounds or less than Jennings did?
Less. I think he gets stopped on his feet on the ropes.
Yeah. He'll go a few, but then he'll just get overwhelmed, I think.
It's the constant pressure.
I can't see him getting laid out, but he will. Yeah, eventually the ref will sort of jump in, I think.
He'll get knackered. It's the pressure that Ortiz puts on with his feet. He'll just constantly be working him around, and I think Thompson, being the age he is, he'll just tire pretty quick. Plus, Ortiz will work him to the body, and that might take a bit more out of him as well.
Yeah.
Ortiz is the real deal. Get with him, people.
I don't think anybody's ducking Ortiz though. Who's really ducking him? Because everybody's tied up to a fight as is. People are making out here as if he's the most avoided guy in fucking boxing right now. But obviously Wilder's going to fight Povetkin, Fury's going to fight Vlad, Josh is going to fight fucking Martin.
I'm not saying he's avoided. We're just saying
every time you see. No, he can't get fights, Martin. He can't fight. And I was like, but even Parker's going to be fighting Takam, is it? No, is it? Is that who he's going to fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're working out a date, I think, in May.
And Chisora's going to fight Pulev. I mean, everyone's fucking tied up here. He just I think he's going with the rank sanctioning body. He's going with the WBA, and they don't fucking force nothing. He should, you know, what he should have done. He should be switching and going for the IBF. He can fuck them up. He can get that mandatory sorted out with it. Can you imagine if he got the fucking IBF mandatory? Joshua would be forced to fucking fight some cunt next year. He'd be like, oh, I need to fucking fight Fury or something like that. And start next year, and I'm going to get fucked up by a big just up nutter.
Yeah, I think Ortiz should chase a ranking in a sanctioning body that actually enforces them. So something like the IBF, yeah, and try and I'd go after Joshua. I think Joshua's, you know, let's say Joshua wins. I think he's still very, you know, a lot of heavyweights will look at him and say, you know, he's still very raw. We can, you know, he's beatable. More so than
someone like King Kong would fuck up someone who's inexperienced like Joshua is at the moment. I think that the way the sort of that nuance that he's got in his age, and he's not as he's only had a few professional fights, but all of that amateur experience is just really counting for so much. And I think that fight is just completely wrong for Joshua, and
he'd knock him out in 3 rounds, easy.
Yeah. I mean, Joshua has got the leveler. You know, that's the one thing we do know about him is his power, but he's just going to get smashed about, I think.
He wouldn't be able to avoid the punches, would he? He'd be completely like bamboozled and.
Well, that's it. And Ortiz has got the nuance and the defense to not just stand there and get fucking hit in the face, unlike every other opponent that Joshua's had.
He's quick as well. He's deceptively quick for a big fat.
Yeah.
Well, has Joshua fought a guy with fast hands yet? I'm trying to think, or even sort of above average speed. Because White's not fast, is he? Like,
of course he hasn't.
No. I wonder if, that's interesting to see how he deals with it eventually. They'll put him in with Eddie Chambers, won't they, as a first defence, and Hearn will say it's like, oh, he's dangerous, you know, nonsense.
He is the most avoided heavyweight on the planet, according to
no
himself.
No one's fighting Eddie Chambers, mate. So.
You see, Huey's got an opponent announced. Eddie Chambers reminded me of them.
Yeah, Aguilera.
Fucking shite after that big build-up.
If Dominic Brazil beats you, you're fucking crap. And Dominic Brazil absolutely outclassed this fella.
Huey versus Brazil would be a good fight.
He'd beat Brazil.
Yeah, I think he would, but I think it would be competitive. Brazil's not as bad as people think.
He's trash.
No, he's not that. Honestly, he's not that bad.
If Mansour didn't bite his tongue in half, Mansour was on the way to beat him.
And Mansour was knackered, absolutely knackered. He's completely shot his.
He's like 60 years old though.
He bit half his tongue.
No, but he's not Mansour. You know, he's knocked people out before. He's a dangerous opponent. If Joshua fought Mansour, would you give Mansour a shot?
No.
Really? Not even of sort of landing something, because we know he can punch. I was impressed with Brazil that night. I thought he did. You know. He's not great, but for a sort of at best he's a B-level guy.
He's another one of them failed American football players who's thought, well, I'm a big lad, let's give boxing a go. You can't. It's something you've got to do from unless you're naturally talented, like Hopkins or something. You can't just pick it up at the age of 18 and become a world beater.
I suppose I'm trying to think of examples. Yeah, Hopkins, Martinez.
Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule, but you can't all do it.
And the guys who started when they were like 6, you can just see in the way they move and the kind of the confidence of. I mean, you saw it. We saw it with Frampton Quigg, didn't we? Like Frampton's feet. It was just another. I know you guys have discussed it already, but I was so impressed with his footwork, I think that's what won him the fight. And Quigg was much more sort of robotic, and yeah. But anyway, we've done that. We've got Margarito at the weekend, and then I think there's one other card that I'm missing. I've got my list somewhere. Skeet against Eggington, isn't it? The Matchroom show. Have you done that already, or have you destroyed the card already?
Our silence pretty much just, I think, suggests our excitement for it.
Has Skeet signed with Matchroom?
No, he's still with Frank.
Right, did this one go to purse bids or something?
Yeah, they want it really cheap as well, wasn't it? Like 50 grand or something.
Yeah, I'm surprised because Skeet's, massive ticket seller. So I thought he would probably. That guy's got, even less fans than Quigg, I think. Christ, but I think he'll beat Eggington. I think might not get the decision though. I think this could be a controversial one.
Well, Press Pass is going. He's reporting on it. We'll get all the lowdown in the WhatsApp.
I can't believe he got a press pass for it. They were in hot demand.
Yeah,
I bet he was the only guy who the waiting list is him and Foz. That's it. Is there anything on the undercard on that one? It's the Yaffis, isn't it?
Yeah, Cal Yafai against some sort of eliminator, and Gamal, I have no idea. They're both a bit shit. Not the fighters themselves, but
fight each other. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I mean that'd be good. But I think Cal Yafai is going for the WBC route. Is it? I couldn't remember.
And who's WBC champion at the moment? I think.
Quadras, I think. Yeah, super flyweight. He is super flyweight, isn't he?
Yeah, to be honest, I've never really paid much attention to the guys. They don't interest me at all. And I'm sort of it's a bit bummed out by the Eggington thing as well, because I thought the Gavin fight was quite good. I was sort of looking forward to that as a kind of loser leaves town fight.
Well, I rated Eggington's chances against Gavin more than I do his chances against Skeet. And I explained it a bit earlier in the WhatsApp chat and on Twitter. I think that I just think Eggington would have been able to bully Gavin a lot better. You know, the start has been very noticeable. But Skeet, he's a big lad. He's very tall for the weight. You know, he's similar in the sense he's not got much of a crack, but he's stronger. And I think that Eggington won't be able to bully him, and that's where he's going to fall down. I think, and Skeet's going to school him.
You saying Frankie's not a natural 147?
Well, after he's had a few dominoes, he is, but sadly he can't.
He'd have to cut off an arm to make 140, mate. Because he's not naturally ripped,
It's
right?
genetics, mate. It's genetics.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll watch that card, to be honest. And I'll get, you'll get all the nonsense from Hearn in the interviews, won't you, about eliminators and about the Yaffis being avoided or some shite like that. And then he'll talk about massive fights coming back to Birmingham. Ugh. Have we got any questions or anything? I completely killed the mood by mentioning that card.
Let's just probably wrap it up. I mean, everything.
No, I want to say something about Box Nation first.
Oh, go on then.
That's where you fucked me off fast. Because they haven't got my boy King Kong this weekend. They haven't got Saddam Ali versus Vargas. They've passed up Pat Bradley. Like, what the fuck are we paying him £12 a month for? Like, why? No one wants to watch the boiled egg versus Chagayev. No one gives a fuck about that.
What was the last one you watched live on Box Nation? I don't think I've watched a fight live this year on Box Nation yet.
The last one I remember really looking forward to. Well, Cotto Canelo, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that was the last one I watched as well. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does maybe makes you reconsider. And when they're missing out to like what networks isn't Ali Vargas on some ridiculous sort of crazy nonsense channel? And
I'm not sure if it's on anywhere over here. But
there's one that Box Nation missed that's
Premier
it might
Sports.
be
Pat Bradley is on Premier Sports, that weird pay-per-view channel.
Awful.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, has the guy who used to be responsible for that been fired or something? Because they were pretty good on that last year. They got especially second half. Do you remember the run up to Christmas? They had all the big fights from America, didn't they? Like every weekend.
It's not as if they need the money, is it? Like Pacquiao, Bradley, because the fucking Box Nation got Mayweather Canelo, for fuck's sake, on their channel. I mean, they shouldn't be failing to get a fight like this. It's still a really big fight. You know, I was saying it before we went live that Pacquiao is still one of the biggest names in the world, even though he's diminished quite considerably after the Mayweather fight. He's still massive, and Box Nation really fucking dropped the ball here.
Do you think it's got anything to do with the gay comments from Pacquiao?
No.
Because I saw today HBO issued
care about that.
No, but apparently no. What made me think of it was HBO issued a statement today, basically saying, explaining why they were still going to be airing the Bradley Pacquiao fight, because people have basically been saying why are you showing this guy's fights? You should be boycotting him. And they said, we've made a commitment to the fighters. It wouldn't be fair to pull out now. But the language was really like, they were sort of saying, oh, we would if we could, sort of thing. We would if we could. It surprised me. I mean, maybe it's just posturing because they know Pacquiao's going to retire soon, so they're not really going to lose any money on it. But it was interesting. Like apparently, a lot of people have been complaining to them and asking them to justify it. So I don't know. Maybe Frank wants to get progressive.
I wouldn't think Frank Warren would give a shit about that sort of thing. He's had worse offenders, I suppose, on his shows before. He's had, people that have been to prison, people that have domestic abuse, obviously Floyd himself and things like that. But then
Derek Chisora.
Well, yeah, Derek Chisora, the fucking comments he's made and the things he said about his
Yeah, that's
girlfriends,
true.
beat him
And
up.
Joe Gallagher, who nonces animals.
I think that is a suitable way to end the show, actually.
Yeah, I agree. So we've got Cal's tips. Everyone.
What did you say again?
Yeah, what was it? It was Vargas on points, wasn't it? And then Brown to knock out Chagayev.
And
then
Eggington. Or did he have
No,
Skeet?
I think it was Skeet, wasn't it?
Skeet
Or
points, yeah.
Skeet points, Vargas points, and then Brown to win.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I agree with two of those, but I think I've got to go with Chagayev just because it's in Chechnya. But it's a hard one to call, and it'll be the retweets are going to be spectacular. Whatever happens, the retweets will be spectacular from Brown.
Sunday morning will be fun.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Lots of trolling.
Absolutely. Press Pass is saying he looks forward to listening when we've wrapped up. So I think we should do him the courtesy of finishing so he can download the pod himself. Do we know if it will be up on iTunes, Alex? I don't know if
I'll sort it out in the morning probably, but we'll see how it goes.
Press Pass, if you listen to this, get me a ticket to Rigo, you fucking cunt. Thank you.
Alright, that's us coming off, I suppose. See you guys later. Joe
Gallagher, dogs.
Nonce's pony sucks skunk tits.